Got another bottle of this, so let's give it away. Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today we're talking absolutely fantastic designer fragrances, the type of scents everybody loves. From your fragrance collectors, fragrance aficionados, maybe even fragrance snobs, on down to your average Joe or Jill or Jane or Rebecca or whatever, your average lady. These ones are stunning. We've got freshies, we have deeper fragrances, richer fragrances, so basically something for everybody. From cool weather to warm weather, daytime to nighttime, does not matter. These ones will get you noticed. And this right here, like I said, I'll give away to one of you guys, which this could be like my most given away fragrance on this channel. I think that I've given away at this point at least 2 bottles of this, possibly 3. I swear every time I do a giveaway, somebody wins it in like the Philippines, and that's nothing against you guys out in the Philippines. Shout out to you Filipino bros. But man, every time I'll be like, let me see how much the shipping is gonna be. Oh, nice. But it is gonna be open worldwide. I'll eat the shipping, it is what it is. All these fragrances linked down in the description below that we're gonna talk about here today. Let's just jump into it. This is in no particular order. We're gonna kick things off with this bad boy right here, Missy Wave. This is a little bit of a fragrance community hype beast, and for good reason, because A, magnetic cap. Literally, that's the only reason you need, that's it, is a pretty sweet magnetic cap. The presentation looks good. Atomizer is pretty nice on this one. Doesn't cost that much from discounters, and people go crazy for this stuff. Big compliment puller. Super fresh, clean, kind of in between Versace Pour Homme and Chanel Allure Homme Sport, right in that vibe, in that style. If you're familiar with either of those, this one is kind of along those lines. There's one big problem with aquatic fragrances, and that is they can be boring. Yeah, boring. Because at the end of the day, a lot of aquatic fragrances out there smell kind of cheap. And if you just come across smelling clean and that's about it, then who cares? How many ladies out there have you met who were just like, oh my God, you know what drives me crazy? I can't even keep my hands off somebody. When I get a faint waft and they smell vaguely clean. Can't even control myself. Nobody. That's who, nobody. So with aquatic fragrances, you want something that's gonna stand out at least a little bit, you know, have decent projection, push out far enough that people can smell that fragrance coming off you. And this one has a little bit of sweetness to it, along with that aquatic feel that really helps elevate this. Very well done, extremely popular in the FragCom, like I said, and for good reason. And from discounters, not too expensive. Only problem with this, sometimes it does have a tendency to sell out. So if you're shopping at Joma Shop or Fragrance Buy or Fragrance Net or Fragrance X or wherever you shop and this is sold out, just be patient, it'll pop back up. Don't pay a crazy amount of money for it. Sweet spot for that one, you wanna be, you know, right in that $40 range, maybe a little bit above that, a little bit below that, but you don't wanna be going up to $70, $80, $90 for this one. After that one, Aeros Parfum. I love this fragrance. Really, really. The more that I've worn this, I think it's just absolutely fantastic. This is actually what I'm wearing today. The quality on it feels really nice, and it's not too far with the sweetness here. It has a good amount of it, which all the Aeros fragrances do. That really helps, again, with that attention-grabbing feel that those scents have. But this one has a ramped up warmth to it that makes it feel a little bit more elegant. It's smoother, but it still has what makes Aeros Aeros. So it's green, but then has a vanilla, ambery, tonka base that comes out really early on. This is that type of scent that when you smell it in the air, you're just like, oh, is that me? Is that, oh, it is. It's just so good. And this one, like I said, I'm wearing it today, but you know, I get going, I forget what I had even sprayed on, and I was walking around, I was like, my God, what is that? What did I wear? Oh, Aeros. Wife, same deal, loves it. Aeros Parfum, fantastic. The Eau de Parfum works really well, so does the Eau de Toilette, and of course, Aeros Flame as well. Any of those fragrances, this whole line is just fantastic at getting positive attention, and they all have good performance. So I'll change it up here and go with the 1 EDP next from Dolce Gabbana. That stuff is just fantastic. That is a masterpiece. I don't care what anybody says, Dolce Gabbana is the one. Eau de Parfum is a masterpiece. May not be a top seller in the US anymore, you know, it's not in the top 30, but I don't care. I don't care. More of a fall wintertime scent, really well known for being a great date night fragrance, and it is. But this is one that just in general, people gravitate toward. It has kind of a magnetism to it, that tobacco, warm, spicy, sweet scent profile that it has. Man, somebody catches a whiff of it, they're gonna be coming in for another. That is the type of fragrance that just draws people in. It doesn't have as much of a push as these two, you know, it doesn't have huge projection. It's okay. It's just not amazing. But when somebody gets caught in that gravitational pull of this one, they're coming in. Absolutely adore it. I think this stuff is like I said, fantastic, amazing. All the things. The Eau de Toilette version of this is cheaper from discounters, and it smells pretty similar to the Eau de Parfum. But between the two, I would go EDP. If you are on a big time budget though, you can save a little bit by getting the EDT. After that, L'Homme Ideal Extreme from Guerlain. And would you look at that? Oh, there it is. It's still sealed. Yes, I have managed once again to get my hands on a bottle of Extreme in the vintage style, if you want to call it that. And it's one of those deals where if I can pick one of these up, at this point I scoop it and then I give it away. I don't need it. I have already this bottle, and I also have a current iteration bottle, so you know, whatever. I'm not gonna hold on to it. I'm not gonna wear it. I already have too much stuff, so it's going to one of you. For me, the entire L'Homme Ideal line is pretty sick. I think that they smell fantastic. They've got some great ones for spring and summer, great ones for fall and winter. This one is more for cool weather. Tobacco, leather, plum, cinnamon, of course that almond, that ties the whole line together. Really nice, deep fruitiness that's not too high tinged with the sweetness. It's a little bit heavier, but still has a nice sparkle to it. So it doesn't come across as something that just kind of, you know, sits there on your skin and doesn't have much life to it. It has a nice brightness on top of that kind of deeper undertone. Quality on it is great. Compliment factor is huge. And it's one that, once again, kind of like Missy Wave over here, is more well known to people who are into fragrances. Your average person probably doesn't know too much about that, at least in the US anyway. And L'Homme Ideal Extreme is one that just keeps on working. Also, L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, really good. L'Intense, really good. The original, really good. Platine Privé, all of them, man, okay? Just all of the ones that you can buy right now. So I'm gonna be giving away that bottle. It's a 100 ml bottle, so double the size of mine. That sounds weird. And I'll go over the details on that a little bit later in the video. Let's keep it moving for now. Le Beau Parfum up next, Jean Paul Gaultier. Now, Jean Paul Gaultier has some scents that are amazing at just their level of mass appeal, while at the same time being decently unique. Now, of course, there's this whole line, right? At least as far as the big ones that have come out here lately, Le Beau Parfum, Le Male Le Parfum, Le Male Elixir. Those are all top notch. Then you also have Scandal and Scandal Le Parfum. Those as well, really, really, really good. This one I bring up once more because this past year, there was no fragrance that really got it done for me like this one. And I will admit that when I first got Le Beau and this flanker as well, that I was kind of middling on them. Not really super hyped, just kind of like, Then I wore them more and more and more, and it was like an acquired taste. It just, every time I wore it, I liked it a little bit more than the time before. Now, usually with fragrances, as you wear them more, you either kind of get to know what's coming and it plateaus, and you're just like, okay, this is nice, I enjoy this, whatever, but you don't keep wanting to reach for it more and more and more. At some point, it kind of plateaus. Other times, you can wear something more and more, and you go, it was kind of interesting at first, but now it's boring me, and you wear it less and less. This one, and the original Le Beau, well, the Le Beau that came out before this one. They've had Le Beau fragrances in the Le Male line before these, but we don't need to get into that. There's a billion different Le Male fragrances out there. But anyway, With these ones, just every time I wear it, it's like, I'll wear it again. It's kind of, they put something in here other than fragrance. It's like old Coca-Cola, you know? I don't know why I have to keep drinking this Coca-Cola. It's definitely not the cocaine that's in here. I would assume that's not in this. But anyway, this one has that coconut in there that just really works for me. And I'll say that a lot of fragrances, men's fragrances that have coconut in them, I'm not a massive fan of a bunch of those, but this one, it works. It doesn't go all sunscreeny. It doesn't have a boatload of solar notes or anything like that. It's got nice richness to it while still having freshness and sweetness as well. So this, yes, I will take that. Let's go with another coconut one since I just brought up coconut. Boss Bottled Pacific. This does things in a different way. This is fresher, saltier. It is not as deep, it's not as rich. This is more of a laid back, kind of easygoing beach day fragrance for me. Yeah, just really appealing. Like it doesn't necessarily smell as high quality as the Jean Paul Gaultier or anything like that, but it's something that gives you joy when you smell it. Like I said, just a great vacation scent. I absolutely dig this one. And I said this at the time that came out, but a lot of Hugo Boss Bottled flankers have fallen by the wayside for me because there's a lot of them and most of them are decent to good, but not anything where you really stand up and take notice. And you're like, oh, I'm putting into my memory banks that one. I gotta wear that more. A lot of them are just kind of, they're okay. Like I said, decent to good. They're usually not bad. They're not awful ever, but they're, this one though, I really enjoy a bunch. Like I said, it's not anything crazy complex, but it smells very nice. It's extremely well done. And for the situations you'd use this, it's pretty much perfect. It's one of my favorite summer flankers that have come out over the past couple years. Then we got Stronger With You Leather. Really, you could go Stronger With You Oud, Stronger With You Absolutely, Stronger With You Intensely. It's kind of whatever your flavor of Stronger With You that you like, that's what you could go with. So this has what you would expect from a Stronger With You fragrance. Get that really nice chestnut in there, vanilla, spices, leather, woods. This one is really rich. That spiciness melds together very well with the nuttiness off the top. The leather is not harsh here, it's sweet. Melds together with the vanilla in the base. The performance is there, it lasts a long time, projects heavily. I know sometimes people with leather scents, they'll be a little iffy, I don't know if that's really gonna work for me. Don't have to worry about that with this one. This stuff is extremely appealing. It is an exclusive edition, a Middle Eastern edition. Usually that would mean you're in for a huge pain in the butt finding it, but this one has been at discounters pretty consistently for a while now. It's not super cheap, but really none of the Stronger With You fragrances are, outside of Stronger With You Only is a little bit more affordable, but even that one is still, I think, in the for 50 ml size in the 55 to 65 range. But still, regardless of that, absolutely worth every penny. Bleu Chanel up next. Yes, sir, Bleu Chanel Eau de Parfum. That one just, yeah, that's an all year, daytime, nighttime, any season, any place fragrance. That is why it's one of the best selling fragrances for men of all time. So don't get this one if you're trying to smell more unique. This absolutely crushes every other fragrance that we're going to talk about here in terms of sales. Even though the Aeros line does extremely, extremely well, Bleu Chanel is kind of on another level. Nice and classy while still being easily worn in casual situations. Good freshness to this one. And then you have a nice, rich, woody base there. As the fragrance dries down, my bottle is actually pretty much empty. You probably noticed when I tried to spray it right there, yeah, I was getting just some pathetic little spritzes. I've got I don't know, what is that? Maybe 4 milliliters in there? That's depressing. I'll tell you, I struggle when I get a fragrance to that level because I'm like, do I buy a new bottle? I definitely don't need a new bottle in my collection of something I already own, but now I don't want to wear it ever because I'm gonna end up using it all and then I do need to get another bottle. It's like, blah! Bleu Chanel though, I mean, what can you say? This stuff is amazing. As far as blue fragrances go, super classy, very appealing, and smells high end. At least as far as designer blues go. Jazz Club up next from Maison Martin Margiela. This is a house that some people would consider more niche, but is technically a designer house. Jazz Club gonna be the most popular men's fragrance that they put out, or fragrance that typically men would use. By the Fireplace is another one. So this one has a booziness to it. It's supposed to smell like a jazz club, hence the name. Wow, go figure. You also have in here tobacco, vanilla, styrax, vetiver. So all that combining together, you have a little gourmandiness to it, almost a nuttiness in a way that it comes across. Another one that is amazing for cool weather. Fall, winter time, in the evening, this stuff is top notch. And you can sometimes find this for a good price also from discounters, sub $100, so it's not that expensive. Before we do the last fragrance, let's do the giveaway. It is again, Low Medial Extreme. All you have to do is the usual stuff. Leave a comment, like the video, be subscribed. In the comment, just tell me what you consider, for you personally, a perfect 10 designer fragrance. Doesn't have to be any of these, doesn't have to be anything at all, just whatever you consider. You don't have to list off a whole bunch of them, just one will do. That way I know you paid attention to what I'm saying. And we'll give this one about a week. So about a week, I'll go ahead and pick a winner, random comment picker, post it up on the community tab of the YouTube channel. And if you're the winner, just shoot me your shipping information and I'll get this out to you. So that's all. Last one, the most wanted. So as I've said a number of times, this stuff right here does what is very popular right now. That kind of warm, sweet, sexy vanilla sort of fragrance, masculine vanilla. That's what this is doing, and it does it very, very well. Though officially, it's not a vanilla fragrance, it's toffee. So the, vanilla, warm, ambery sort of feel that you get from this is officially a toffee note and then amberwood in the base here, but still it kind of plays along in that wheelhouse of what's popular now. And it's really, really well done. I think one of the better ones out there as far as that style of scent goes. And again, if you're just looking for attention, compliments, etc., for fall and winter time, especially in the evening, this is one of the best things you can own right now. So there we go. There's the list. Again, good luck to all of you for winning this. Well, not that, but you know what I mean. Stay safe out there, guys. Thank you for hanging with me here. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.